The KGB is out to kidnap a 16-year-old high school girl named Kaname, who lives a pretty standard life for a Tokyo kid. What reason they have to be after her, we'll find out later. With that, you got a group of people working undercover with a private military service assigned to protect her, and one of them, named Sosuke, enrolls in her school. Although he's Japanese, he has spent a big portion of his life in the Middle East, and has actually been working with the military as young as 8 years old. Mithril is an anti-terrorist group and overall serves to protect. Anyways, of course, with him growing up in the lifestyle he did, the kids at school find Sosuke kinda weird at first, but he grows on them fairly quickly. The story is set in an alternative version of Earth in which the Cold War never ended in the early 90s, and mecha-based artillery called armed slaves, or AS for short, began to be the go-to weapon of choice on the battlefield in the 80s. The initial episodes of Full Metal Panic is pretty much goofy little attempts Sosuke takes to keep his assignment safe, while the trope anime politics brew up behind the scenes. This does cause the show to have a slow start, but after a few episodes it starts to really take off. Once Sosuke reveals his true identity to Kaname, and our main villain of the series is revealed, it starts seriously getting hardcore. And then we get to find out the real reason Kaname is wanted. Good old anime trope of a girl having hidden abilities that are deemed extremely serviceable to an evil, power-hungry dictator. She has the abilities of the Whispered, which allows her to comprehend technology on an intricate level which exceeds the abilities of the average human. Does this remind you of any other series that integrated this into their story? Anyways, then you got terrorist attacks and rescues and so forth. It's a pretty solid series. For a second, let's talk about our antagonist, Garen. He used to once work for Mithril, and him and Sasuke actually have history. And he got a bit of a chip on his shoulder and is a psycho-sociopath with a god complex. So Full Metal Panic is a first for me, as it's the first anime of its kind I can honestly say I was very fond of, at the exception of classics like Gundam or Eva. It does get slow at times and it feels like it has a lot of filler episodes in the sense of not much going on to progress the plot, but the show had a nice little vibe about itself and the characters are enjoyable. The art style and animation is pretty standard for early 2000s anime, being from, the post-digital revolution era. I find Sasuke's character design is pretty awesome, as well as Garen and a few others. The show is almost 20 years old, so it does show through the animation. On this channel, I try not to focus too much on sitting around doing a 20-minute analysis on the story of a show and nitpicking every issue it has. I get to the point for why you even click the video, what it is, what it's about, and will I enjoy it? Well, if you're into mechas and politics with a bit of humor, check Full Metal Panic out. Aired in 2002, spanning 24 episodes, produced by Studio Gonzo, the anime had a new series following the year after, took the characters and stripped away all the seriousness, turning it into a comedy called Full Metal Panic Fumofu, which is supposedly very funny and I plan to watch and review it soon. It also had an official second season after that one, following up the events of the first season called The Second Raid. And finally in 2018, they had another season called Invisible Victory. There marks the end of yet another episode. Like the video, comment down below what y'all want to see next. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Anime Back When.